Yo, yo. How we doing? How we doing? Get this. Wait a minute. Oh. What's good? What's good? We're live, guys. Gonna get started. Gonna break down the market for a little bit. What's good? What's good? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Real quick before we get started here. All right. Markets are moving. Markets are moving. Give me a minute. We're about to get started and break down the charts. It's going to be a big day today. Gold's already moving as we expected. I mean, look at what gold's doing already. Are you surprised by the price movement? Did you guys catch any trades? How you guys feeling? What's everybody saying? Did you guys catch any trades? Anybody catch any moves? Anybody in any trades? Today's one of those days where I can observe, because I've been trading for 11 years, and I can look at a day like today and realize most people are overcomplicating trading. Most people are overcomplicating trading, and I'm a trader. I've been a trader for 11 years. You guys are all traders. I know exactly how you feel. I understand every single one of you. And the thing that's blocking most of you guys in your trading is the amount of information you process every single day. The amount of information you're consuming every single day. Not to mention the quality of information. The quality of information that you're learning. That's the one thing. There's just too much information out there that most of you guys are processing, like so much information every single day you're consuming, and you think that's attributing to your progress and your skill set, right? I could look at a day like today and realize that, because like coming into today, everybody was like, what are we doing with gold? What are we doing with gold? What are we doing with gold? What are we doing with, yo, are we buying? Are we buying? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Everyone was confused. I've been a trader 11 years, and if I'm getting confused by people, it's a bad thing. If people are starting to confuse me, it's like, whoa, like you guys chill, right? I'm trading 11 years, and if like I start to get confused by the group of people around me, all right, it's definitely interesting, something I can observe, right? Especially on a day like today. When it comes down to it, right, the reason a lot of you guys are stuck is because new strategy every single month. Overload of information, consuming so much information, thinking you're missing something, some secret sauce, some secret indicators, some secret information that you don't already know. Truth is, most of you guys probably know enough strategies that work. You just haven't actually used the strategy long enough to master it. Most of you guys have probably learned and probably know enough strategies already. Most of you guys probably know too many strategies to start off with, right? So Let me describe a pattern that I've seen hundreds and hundreds of times. You find a new strategy. You're excited. You study it. You test it out. You trade it. You take some trades. At first, it seems promising. But then you go on a losing streak. You lose 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades in a row. And instead of trusting the process, instead of recognizing that losses are normal and they're a part of any strategy, you doubt the strategy. Maybe this isn't the right strategy. Maybe this isn't the right system. So you go looking again for another strategy, another indicator, another approach to the market. And then the cycle repeats month after month, year after year. And like I said, the brutal truth is you've probably already found enough strategies that work multiple times. You just never stuck with it. And here's the thing nobody's going to tell you. Every strategy has a losing streak. Every single one. No one's going to tell you that. Right? And the difference between a struggling trader and a consistent trader isn't strategy itself. It's not the actual strategy itself. It's the depth. It's the depth and the level that you actually master the strategy. All right? Consistent traders have seen their strategy and their trade setup play out hundreds of times. They've seen it win. They've seen it lose. They understand how it can behave in different environments, right? So the level of depth in terms of strategy, like trading's a skill set, a difficult skill set, a complex skill that takes years to master. It's like performing surgery. It's like becoming an artist at something. It takes years to master, develop skill. You're not going to develop skill by watching a 15-minute video. Right? Because you could consume videos all day. You could watch TikTok videos, Instagram videos, podcasts, YouTube videos all fucking day. That's not going to make you that's not going to change the game for you. It's all about how you learn. Really, everyone can learn trading. But there's a difference in the environment that you're learning in. Right? There's really no shortcuts, no hacks to the market. There's no shortcuts. There's no hacks, right? There's definitely and absolutely a faster path to learn. But the difference is how you learn. The environments you're put in, the experiences, right? I looked at a day like today, and today I sent a buy. Everybody wanted a war trade. Everybody wanted a war trade. And I gave you guys one. If you're in the inner circle, I sent you guys a signal. If you streamed with me earlier tonight, I broke it down. Or whenever I streamed, I talked about things. I did talk about things. I gave you guys some clues, some insights. I sent a signal. Here's the thing. You guys are all trying to predict the market. The reason a lot of you guys didn't catch the first move is because you're over here trying to predict things so much. I could tell before, holy, yesterday and the day before, I was getting overwhelmed. I was holy, because I streamed quite a bit. 10 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 1 day ago, 3 days ago. We're on right now. And holy, where are we buying? What are we doing? Where do we buy? Where do we take profit? Where do we put stop loss? What's the trade? Where's the entry? What should we wait for? What's going to happen? Anything could happen. It's not in your control. So a lot of you guys, I could literally see, like, before the markets even opened, a lot of you guys are already trading based off of emotion. And a lot of you guys missed the move. Because you're unsure. You're like, oh, this might go down more. And you're just, first signal, first pullback. I told you guys I was going to be watching that first pullback. On the last stream I did, I literally said, I'm going to be watching the 30-minute for those first pullbacks. That first pullback. There's a press conference later today at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. It'd be important to wait for that, see what's said on the press conference later today. So there's going to be a press conference later today, in about 4 hours from now. And be important to observe what's said on that press conference and see where price is. Wait for the press conference, wait for pullbacks during or after the press conference. Maybe even going into it, the market's already pulling back. Market could be pulling back going into the press conference today, or pull back during it. So it'll be good to wait closer to the press conference today, because we gotta see what's said on there. Could be volatility impact for New York session. If you're looking for buys, wait for New York session. All right, price isn't just going to go up every single minute, every single hour. There's going to be pullbacks. There's going to be movement, just like regular weeks. And look at right now, price is dumping. New York session later today. We could maybe see pullbacks going into New York, dumps going into New York, and probably buys in New York session. Is this real? Is this real? Never know with some of these videos. Damn. Oil. What's oil been doing? I don't trade oil. I don't trade oil. Yo, I did tell you guys that first pullback. If you're in the inner circle, I did send a signal earlier tonight. I'll explain it here. Simple. This is where a lot of you guys are overcomplicating the market. Like, you know there's a war going on. You know there's demand in the market, right? You know there's uncertainty. You know there's a freaking geopolitical crisis going on right now in the Middle East. All of you guys wanted to buy gold when the market, like, all of you guys, like, everyone wanted to buy gold, right? So bad when the market was closed. The market gave you a buying opportunity. It gave you that first pullback, right? You got that first pullback on the 30-minute. So you have to take it for what it is. Like, I've been trading for a while, and like, if you're in the inner circle, you're not gonna, like, we streamed. This was my chart when we were streaming. Like, you're not gonna get any more real raw of an experience like you saw tonight if you're in the inner circle. Like, I streamed, broke it down, got off the stream, sent the signal. Everything I talked about played out. And like, if you're trading what you see. You're trading in the moment. Like, you got to understand what you're up against. Like, you hesitate. Oh, okay. If there's someone out there fucking acting 10 times faster than you. You get scared. Fuck, there's someone who doesn't even feel a thing and they're acting, right? You don't plan, you don't gauge yourself, you don't wait. I gave you guys that first pullback tonight. Down there. Right? We were back here. First pullback. And I explained this. This is what I was explaining. Like, how are you? Because again, guys, the things I explained to you guys after 11 years, I wouldn't be explaining. Like, because you guys, we come on here, you guys ask me, like, how are we going to get in gold? And I tell you, and it might not be that easy, right? Like, trading is a skill set. What did I tell you? Like, go watch the afternoon session. And I said, people ask me, how are we going to get in? How are we going to get in? And I did a breakdown at one point on that session, right? I did a gold breakdown. We were talking a lot about news. And when I got to the charts, I was talking about the charts and breaking things down. And I said, like, how are you going to get in? People are asking, how do I get in? And I'm telling you, like, the only way you're really going to get in this market is being active, keeping an eye on things, waiting for that first pullback. We talked about this earlier. I said, wait for that first pullback, if anything, right? If it expands, if we get expansion, we talked about different things on this session. I broke it down, like, I said, like, these pullbacks in a market condition like this, if there's demand, and if there's a reason to create, if there's uncertainty creates demand. If there's a reason to create that, right? Pullbacks usually get bought up. Why would I be saying stuff like that? Because I've been in markets like this. Right? I wouldn't be saying stuff like, you're gonna have to watch buyers. Like, think about buyers. Like if you've been on the charts as long as I have, you've seen enough things, right? So when I'm sitting here saying, like, there's uncertainty creates demand, all the stuff I was saying earlier, it's all for a reason, because it's like, watch price, because that's where the sentiment's at, right? And I try to show you guys examples, do enough calls to kind of prepare you guys, like, for anything being possible, right? But it's like the obvious was the obvious once again, right? And I showed you guys even another example from last time when we had a market condition like this, right? When USA invaded Venezuela. I talked all about that, right? It's like, I traded that, right? I wouldn't be going back to something. Like, if you go back and you look at the Discord and Telegram, I was sending you guys all signals back in January when USA invaded Venezuela. And why do I keep bringing that up? Because, like, the market that we're in right now in terms of category, like, when USA invaded Venezuela down here, this is where USA invaded Venezuela. In terms of major geopolitical headline risk, conflict, like that, conflict, war, conflict type of thing, military involvement. When there's military involvement, there's a category of things that can fit into. Now, obviously, this US-Iran-Israel war it's in the same category of conflict, war, military. But, you know, if we were to weigh things and measure things, it's like, okay, this conflict, you know, it's in the same category, but it definitely has some weight to it. Iran strikes Saudi Arabia's, oh, snap. So that's probably why U.S. went, hey, wait, what did U.S. went, what? Oh. So U.S. airstrikes hit this pipeline. And then now look at Iran hitting Saudi. One of the world's biggest oil refineries. Owned by Saudi. This is a big oil. Yeah. Holy. Oh shit. Yeah. So, I mean, look at this. London session, eh? London session 2026. London session 2026, eh? It's like fucking fuck the red folder news. What? It's like, is there news today? Is there red folder news today? Is there any other news? We got any red folder news today? Holy, London session 2026, yo. Iran attacks U.S. embassy. U.S. fighter jet crashes. Oh snap! Massive explosions. Russia drones. Yeah. It's all happening. It's all damn. Middle East is on fire. New supreme leader killed. Yeah, they've been killing the people that go in. I heard Trump say that. Man, world markets, financial markets are going crazy. Look at London. This is London session for us, 2026, folks. Damn, yo. Aramco there hit, yo. That's a big oil refinery. Top 10 assets globally. Shit, yo, shit. It's actually, it's really steering up. What do you guys think of the chat? What do you guys think of the chat? So the obvious was the obvious. And it's like, you know, we had, when USA invaded Venezuela, like, look at the market. Look at what the market did, all right? Let's go back. USA invades Venezuela. Price expands right away. Pullback continues up. And then a bigger pullback. That's pretty much what you're waiting. You're waiting for these types of pullbacks, right? Or bigger corrections, right? There could be sharp pullbacks that get eaten up, right? Like when buyers are active in a market that has demand, the pullbacks will get eaten up, right? So you have to, like, what I would recommend, because I traded the US, like I traded this. I sent signals to thousands of people in this market. So when you talk about experience, I experienced this, right? If like trading is like a video game, you know, if you guys have ever played video games, and like there's some people who are really, really, really good at video games, right? Like super, super good, right? And then there's some people who just suck, right? Can't play. But there's some people who are at high level, right? Usually those are like introverts. I find like I played a ton of video games, and honestly, I was an introvert before I started like traveling the world and going to events and touring and talking on, and doing talking and trading before trading, honestly. Still am, TBH, believe it or not. But yeah, you have to go back to that market. Like I experienced all that, and like, fuck, like I don't, you know, we've done so many live sessions since then. I've definitely talked about the experiences, like then, after, and then, you know, as time passed, it kind of just, those experiences are still there. But like, you know, I'm live here every day with you guys, pretty much, especially if in the inner circle, sending different trades. But back in here, I was sending trades. Here, like I was looking for buys, different setups, following the market. And it's like, yeah, like sharp pullbacks like this could occur. You could get sharp pullbacks, quick dips that just kind of get bought up real quick, right, from the market. Even like bigger corrections. I'm kind of thinking like going into New York, we might see like a sell. Like look at right now, we're already getting like a 1 hour rejection coming down. So 4 a.m. here, New York session, couple hours. I think there's a press conference. I think Donald Trump to host a press conference. Germany considering to join the war. Iranian drone strikes runway of British Royal Air Force in Cyprus. Saudi official says America has abandoned us. It focused on its defense systems on protecting Israel. The U.S. has left the Gulf states that host its military bases at the mercy of Iranian missiles and drones. Let's see. Let me like some of this. Let's get some of this up. I'll show you guys what I'm reading right now. Here, let's get some of this up. It's getting hot out there, folks. It's getting hot. Season 26. This is London session, yo. And like prepare like these things like I've been through these experiences. After 11 years, you're going to go through different experiences, right? So how am I maybe more calm or successful? Because I've been through these experiences before, right? So when you go through these types of market conditions over time, you're better prepared, right? That's why, like, if you really want to be a trader, right, you got to show up. Step one, show up. Treat it like a job. Show up. The people that trade and then take a break for like a year and then come back, you won't find it. You'll miss experiences like this. Like, imagine not trading for the last couple of months and then coming on the charts right now. Imagine you haven't traded for a month or two. And you're like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna start fresh. Let's get into it. You don't know where. You don't have an edge. You don't have an intuition. You don't have a rhythm with the market. You don't have a flow. You don't know where things have been. What's going on, right? Volatility. The traders that do that actually it's like that kind of like take a step forward, take one step forward. You end up taking like 2 steps, 3 steps backwards. Really, when you do that. Dubai strike footage. Dubai, yo. What's happening in Dubai? Damn. Let's see what we got. What do you guys think? Let me see what you guys think in the chat. Anyone catch any trades? Still holding from Friday. Smart. Fridays tend to push into the new week. Just got up. Got it at 5,400. Trying. We're buying at 54. 54. It's going below 54 right now. So we hate that I missed the last call. Oil times 2. I'm going to sell. Oof, sells. Hey, man. I'm in no sells. That's nice. Nice entry. It looks like you just got like a breakdown, like near that high, low. You might come back up, and then maybe we make another low. Like, look we have support here. So some areas it could come to. You have support right there. That red candlestick. I have like this area down here. Pullbacks, definitely going to be following the pullbacks, right? I mean, when you look at gold, when it travels up, let's look at where price is right now. For example, price is here. So let's go back, right? And look at every pullback since this has been going up, right? Pullback number 1, right here on the 1 hour. Gradual, nice pullback. Pullback number 2, right? A bit bigger, but similar. So you have these are the first 2 pullbacks you can see. Like we're looking back, when price is here. We're looking back at these pullbacks. This shows you there has already been demand in the market. Pullback number 3, right here. Pullback number 4, right here. Right? Pullback number 5. Right here. Pullback number 6, right here. Pullback number 7, right here. Pullback number 8, right here. Now notice how some of them are sharper, fast pullbacks that don't last too long, right? As you go up, right, you have some more pullbacks kind of in here. And then you have dumps, pullbacks. If you look at actually every single pullback, every single drop, right, it's created a buying opportunity since down here. Could be an opportunity in New York. I'm pretty sure Trump, I forget where I saw it. Pretty sure Trump has a press conference today. I'm pretty sure, like a New York session. Saudi officials said America has abandoned us. It focused on defense systems on protecting Israel. The U.S. has left the Gulf states that host its military bases at the mercy of Iranian missiles and drones. Germany is seriously considering joining the war with Iran. Whoa. Whoa. thought of something the other day. Now my conspiracy theories are becoming less. Damn, you know what? I'll keep it to myself for now. Iranian drone strikes runway of British Royal Air Force in Cyprus. We saw that earlier. I mean, things still escalating. It's the middle of the night for me, 3 in the morning. 4 in the morning. No way, in Turkey? Someone verify this? Iran, that was 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. Someone verify this. Let's see, let's click on it. Maybe Grok. Where's Grok? Where are the comments? No comments? I don't know. Is that real? Turkey? Europe? Crash of American military aircraft. So I think this is actually facts. This is looking, I've seen this multiple times. No way. I don't like every time if I see videos like this, I don't take them for like oh, is this, is these all real? This looks like news. What is this, news? What is that? Something global. Someone confirm that. Yeah. What if everything we're seeing? It's like everything we're seeing is AI. No, like none. I know people in some of these countries that are literally like send me videos. Everything's AI. I don't know about that. Things, but like, oh yeah, there's some crazy video, like crazy videos that are like completely AI, and you can tell like. Gulf states, yeah, they've been shooting down drones. Those like suicidal drones, missiles, interceptions. So yeah, they've intercepted a lot. Damn. Defense. And of course, crypto, like, we're not even paying attention to crypto anymore. It's like, what the heck is this? I feel like we went live streaming her apartment when, oh snap. Is this? Oh, wait, what the heck? I don't know. How real? Canada. There's freaking Canada. I'm over here in Canada. Anyway, let's see where gold's at. That first pullback, so like I was saying, like simple stuff, nothing complicated. You know, like markets expanding. And this is where like a lot of you guys learn very practical things in videos. Like when you're watching like a 15-minute video, right? Like on YouTube and someone's showing you the most perfect trade setup that you could catch. And then you go to the market and try to take that trade, it's not going to be the same thing 100% of the time. Like you go consume and watch a bunch of like YouTube video breakdowns of the perfect trade setup you could catch, how to catch the perfect trade. Like most of the videos on YouTube are like made, right, for you to see perfect things. Like I talk a lot about my experiences. If you notice, most of my videos are like from real experiences and things that happened, signals that I sent, things that we traded, things that we analyzed, right? Most of the stuff out there you're going to see is just like very practical, very consumerism type of content for you to absorb. You're going to go apply it, and it's not going to be the same as what you've seen, right? It's going to be 10 times harder. Your emotions are going to kick in, candlesticks are going to move, and you're not going to know how to really behave, how to control price, how to control your emotions, right? So there's a whole emotional side to trading. Like you could know everything. I know some serious people who were really good like educators at teaching, and like even look at like that inner circle trader guy, Michael J. Huddleston, right? He's a fake demo trader, and he's even said it, right? He's never made any money trading, but he teaches all these concepts that'll make you profitable, right? But there's millions of people viewing his content, and how many of you guys are profitable and stuff like that, right? Like the more people viewing something, it's like the more people using something and thinking they can get perfect concept, perfect like system. It's like like a good strategy. If a million people are using a strategy, there should be like a lot of results. Not like, yo, this is harder than it actually. This is actually harder than it should be, right? That's why some of you guys are overcomplicating things. Like it's about who you learn from. You might be learning from people who don't even make money, right? Actually trading, that aren't even profitable. Like the number one YouTuber for trading exposed himself as a demo trader, right? The number one YouTuber for trading after how many years? 10 years, 11 years. It came out, right? He failed the Robin Cup how many times, right? How many times did he fail the Robin Cup? The number one trading YouTuber, right? The number one. Most followers, most everything, right? Most views. In the last 2 years, he's been exposed as a demo trader completely, right? Hasn't made any money trading, but he's made like 100 million selling courses, right? Like, so it's like, it's all about how you learn too, right? There's people out there who could teach you these concepts, but they might not even make money themselves off of it. So it's a different experience when you're actually making money, losing money, raw, in the trenches, raw dogging that shit, right? Demo money, there's no emotions on demo money, right? We're developing another pullback going into maybe New York today. I think New York session in terms of timing, like price action right now is pulling back, right? I think in terms of timing, New York will probably be bullish. Like I'm going to be looking at the next 2 days to see if New York is bullish in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. I'm pretty sure there's a press conference though today. I think Trump is 8 o'clock. Trump press conference maybe today, 8 a.m. Let me see. I think so. I think we're gonna hear Trump speak in like New York session. Important words he's gonna have to say. I think he's gonna speak in New York session though. I'm bullish on gold. Right now we're getting kind of like a moderate pullback. Like, I like to look at the first pullback we got. And I will, if you were streaming with me in the inner circle, I said this is the first pullback, you know. It's worth attempting that first pullback in a market condition like this, a market environment like this. With a nature like this, an environment like this, where you're getting that expansion. So, all right, that first pullback, I'm going to have to take it for what it is, really. That first pullback that's gauging, that's forming. Really going to have to take it for what it is, right? And I've been, trust me, like the things I'm saying right now, I've said many times, and I've been here before, right? It's like, how else are you going to get in a market like this that's moving? There's demand, there's uncertainty, there's fear. There's very practical ways to learn out there, like step 1, step 2, step 3, wait for this, wait for this. But like a market like this, like look how I got in, was watching the first pullback. Like I didn't have no step 1, step 2, step 3. Waiting for that first pullback, understanding market sentiment, understanding right now where the volume is. We're getting that first pullback. This should stick. I'm going to attempt it. If it doesn't, I could prepare. Like you got to kind of be prepared for what else could happen, right? You win some, you lose some, but like first pullback. So watch this week. I'll tell you guys it again. Watch for pullbacks like this week, right? 30-minute, 1 hour. Wait for manipulation to occur. Wait till you see like liquidity grabs, like manipulation. This gave a nice 30-minute rejection candle. Like I think I took some screenshots. I don't know if I posted them all. Did I show the 30-minute at all? I don't know if I showed the 30-minute at all. I think I did. Look at that 30-minute rejection candle. 30-minute rejection. I sent the signal right after that. $30-minute rejection. Next candle was getting entry. I made $12,000 it's Monday, 4:30 in the morning. I'm already up $12,000 on the day. Cha-ching. Like my week could be done by tomorrow. Like I could be done my week tomorrow. I don't like, that's the thing. Or another thing we're gonna talk about. Like it's Monday. I'm up $12,000. I could be done my week tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. And like some of you guys might say, well, why don't you trade every other day to make more money? Well, money's not made in more activity, right? Money's made from effectiveness. More activity, more days. Like money's not made from more days trading. More exposure. That's more exposure to everything. Yes, more exposure to potential money to be made, but there's risk too, right? So it's like I'm up 12,000. By tomorrow, I could be done for the week and say I could probably be up 15,000 to 20,000 by tomorrow and say, you know what? It's been 2 trading days, or it's Tuesday. By Tuesday, by Tuesday, I could be wherever I'm at. Say, okay, that's it. Like I could be my week, literally, and it'd be like, okay, I'm you know, look at this trade. Like one of these trades, look at these small lots. Was floating 3,000 on this, 7,000 on another account, 2,000 on another account. I took longs on 3 accounts. I have longs on multiple accounts right now. You can bet. You can bet your grandma. I don't know. I mean, wasn't it obvious? Like, everybody was like, yo, are we buying? Are we buying? Like, all of you guys said you wanted to buy. None of you guys, and a lot of you guys are sitting here now like, fuck, why didn't I buy? Right? So it's like, I told you guys, like, it's might not be as easy for some of you as it might come across, because it's obvious right now. Like, yeah, I could have took buys, but I did tell you guys yesterday, the day before, might not be that easy to get in for some of you guys, depending on your experience and skill. It all comes down to experience and skill too, right? That's why I teach and do the things I do. Like, I show you guys the losses, the stop losses, everything. I talk like everything is there. You see the liquidity grabs happen, the emotions inside, the experiences. That's like real learning. Even this trade, I send you guys, like, don't say I didn't tell you guys. Don't say I didn't tell you guys. All right? Baby lots. I had a good day already. It's freaking 4 o'clock in the morning. Already up 12,000 on the week. And it's like, that's where most traders look at how many more days they have ahead. And after 11 years of trading, I've realized like less is more. Like most weeks, most of my profitability comes in like 2 to 3 days. Usually by like Wednesday. I don't know if you're in the inner circle. I'll send you guys a signal. Like, I don't really have any super analysis to go over right now. Like, I'm probably gonna. It's not really a high there. It's just like a candlestick. Like New York session, I'm probably gonna look for another signal in New York session for those of you guys that are in the inner circle. Yeah, I don't have any like crazy analysis right now. That's why I show up, because like, look, I showed up. That's why I just show up different times. Look at where we were earlier tonight. All right. So that's why it's just showing up different times, scanning the market, seeing what's there. Sometimes there's going to be stuff in the moment. Sometimes it's going to be, okay, we just wait. It's not always about predicting. Like, did I predict this move before the market opened up? No, that's where a lot of you guys are confusing yourself in trading, I think. Because I think I didn't predict this before the market opened. And that's like, I think a lot of you guys were looking for this trade before the market opened, right? Like this signal, like where's the trade going to be? Where's the signal? And it's like, you got to just kind of watch price and stay patient, right? Gauge every phase or every market condition, right, for what it is in front of you, or just wait until you see something that's clear, right? That's why I show up at different times to see, is there anything that I see here that's clear? Because how would I have predicted this before the market opened, guys? And like, I think a lot of you guys are looking for that type of prediction. Like, okay, what's the market going to do when it opens? We could have assumed this: expansion, pullback, continuation. We could have assumed something like this, right? Market expanded, created a pullback, continuation. All that is price action. That's not any fancy indicators, right? Any crazy theories and concepts, right? So, right, like this, I couldn't have been like, it was Saturday, and everybody was asking me, like, what are we going to do with gold? And I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, we're going to wait. We got to find out, right? And the chart will show us something. I was way down there, so GG on that, right? Watch the pullbacks. Like, my advice for you guys, if you're inside the inner circle, I'll be sending more signals throughout the week, probably a couple more. It's, for me, probably a less is more week. Like, if I catch another good trade today and by Tuesday, like, I'm not going to be trading too much this week. And probably just try to hold some winners. Like, I'm just going to try to hold some winners. I literally just caught 900 pips on these gold buys. So what's the point I'm getting to with what I just said? The job's done. Like, the job, like, if I'm trying to have a profitable week, all I need is really a really good trade, or like 1-2 good trades, or a big move, couple, like, I don't need 5 days in the week. I need 24 to 48 hours, right, to put myself usually in a profitable position for the week. Maybe 24, 48 hour range, maybe 72 hours. Don't need that full 5 days of the week, right? So let's see, New York session loading. Probably going to look for another signal in New York. Maybe another entry loading in New York session. Watch the pullbacks. Watch the pullbacks. Like I said, go study. This is where you got to study the chart and keep up with the charts, right? I might understand pullbacks. Like when I say watch the pullbacks, it's just it's like, watch the pullbacks, guys. Like these pullbacks. Like, what do you mean by watch the pullbacks, Evan? I'm like, well, the pullbacks, Like, to me, it's just a very basic thing. Like, watch the pullbacks, right? Keep an eye on the 1 hour. Keep an eye on the 30-minute. Like I just said, even before this pullback happened, I said the same thing. Watch for 30-minute pullbacks like this. Or, before this pullback occurred, I was saying, guys, watch for pullbacks on the 30-minute. Watch for pullbacks on the 1 hour. Same thing I'm saying right now. Study these pullbacks. Study what I'm talking about so you can understand more. Keep an eye on the market. Keep an eye on pullbacks, how they react before and after, right? I've seen lots of pullbacks in my days of trading. Watch the pullbacks, yo. Get good at watching them pullbacks, man. It'll teach you patience. You want to learn patience? Watch a pullback and don't do anything, right? You want to learn real patience? Watch an entire pullback. Don't take a trade. Watch the confirmation happen, and you miss the trade completely. And then you'll learn real patience, all right? Literally, watch an entire pullback. Watch the rejection come in, the confirmation come in. Don't take the trade. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, I need that much patience. That's the type of patience that I need. Do that. Watch the pullbacks until they confirm themselves. Miss some trades. I'm being honest. I'm being 100% honest right now. Miss some trades, and then you'll know how much patience you need. When I say watch pullbacks, I mean watch them form. Engage them, right? Understand them. We're getting a pullback right now. Who knows? I might send a signal soon. Who knows? There might be a signal loading soon. All right? If you're inside the inner circle, stay alert. I'm probably looking for one more entry today. I think New York, I want to see how New York reacts. If it's bullish today, I think New York could be bullish today. That doesn't mean, if you look at New York session last week, every session provided a buy. Freaking New York. And a lot of you guys thought I was crazy last week buying I was looking for buys every New York session last week, pretty much. Everyone thought I was pretty crazy for doing it, but now you look back and it's damn. Fuck. Doesn't mean there can't be a drop down first before that buy sets up, right? It doesn't mean there can't be a liquidity grab down first, a strong sharp move down first, right? Before that buy sets up. That's what. So when I say New York bullish, does price dump, set up for the buy, or does it just rip up? It could just either rip up or set up for the buy. New York session's been bullish every single day for the last 5 days going into New York session. There's been a buy every single New York session the last 5 days. Well, the last 6 actually. Well, I actually think the last 7. Maybe the last 7. 6 days in a row. Going into New York hours have had a good buy entry. 6 days in a row. A lot of you guys thought I was crazy looking for buys last week. That's where sometimes I get confused. That's why I don't like to look at chats when I trade. Like, you guys might notice, I don't look at the chats a lot. I don't like to look at other people's charts at all. I don't like to see other people's charts. I do not look at anyone else's analysis but my own, first of all. That's me. I've been trading for 11 years, right? I've created a community where a lot of you guys share analysis together. Me, I just like to keep things the way I see things. After 11 years, I trust my abilities, right? So that's why, like, I don't look at, because like I was looking for buys last week in New York session and a lot of times last week because I thought gold was going to go up, right? Everyone thought I was crazy last week looking for buys. Like, what are you doing? Like, the type of messages that I got, the type of things that I got tagged in, the chats, everything. And it's like, there's a reason I was looking for buys last week. Like, if I wasn't sending signals and trying to get you guys, like, helping you, like, showing you guys what I was looking for last week, I would have been doing it. It would have been probably a different situation for me. So at the end of the week, I was like, just close that buy. Like, I got in my head. So that's why I just like try to just stay narrow. If I see a setup, I just try to focus on it. If I have a bias, I try to stick with it until the market really proves to me that I'm wrong. So let's see how New York session acts today. Like, if you look at the last 6 New York sessions, they've gone pretty bullish. I mean, there's been some good buy entries in the last like 6 New York sessions. So New York session loading today. I think it'll be bullish. I think like it's like, because, you know, stock U.S. market's opening today. So how are they going to take this, right? U.S. market still has to react with all that liquidity, futures. Look at the pipeline. Natural gas exploding. What's this? In the last 27 minutes, there's been a jump. A massive global energy crisis is unfolding in real time. Iran has now started attacking major oil refineries. We saw that. Yeah, we know this already. European gas prices jumped 25% at market open. Strait of Hormuz is effectively blocked with 20. Yep. You got, if you've been on the last couple sessions, you should know like what that's about. The Strait of Hormuz, that strait. Don't make me explain it again, man. I've been explaining it the last like 4 sessions. Yeah, all this we researched this like earlier today. We saw a lot of this earlier today. But this is just happening in the last couple hours, like the whole European gas, this. Yeah, so natural gas, look at European natural gas exploded. Or Dutch, that's the Dutch TTF natural gas, crude oil, US dollar natural gas. It's not looking good. Iran hit 14 countries in one night. Here's what happened to each. There you go. Read that for a little bit. The airport in Dubai. Multiple airports. U.S. Navy fleet. Airports. Look at all this. 14 countries. Italy and France, UK down there, Cyprus down. Look at the bottom of the list. Look at Iran. Yeah. Iran can stretch up to Europe. Is it? Did they hit France and Italy? Like, is it in UAE? Wait, Camp de la Paix in UAE. NATO camp. So not in France and Italy. Not. This would be one of their bases. So it's an attack on an Italian, and France camp that's in the UAE, not like an actual. That would be controversial. If Europe, I think if anything starts to hit Europe, any Europe countries, then I think it's getting more controversial than very. If a European country gets striked, I don't know. I haven't seen any confirmation on that. Hit that like button, fam. Wait for a signal. If I have a trade, I'll drop my trades. Like, that's the thing. Like, every stream I do, I stream so much. You guys gotta understand. I can stream once a week and give a signal out, like most traders do. I stream every single day, so there's gonna be signals. If you tune in, you plug in. If you're in the inner circle, all right. Stream, like, you guys don't gotta ask every session. Is there signal? Is there trade? There will be eventually. Like, I plug in every day. I'm not one of those people who just show up once a week, give you a little signal here, a little chart. I could do that. I could literally just give you guys one chart a week, and it would probably be that one. It would be, I'm giving you guys analysis, insights, sentiment every single day, every single session. Tokyo session, right? London session a lot of times, New York session, right? So signals, they'll come. If you're in the inner circle, stay patient. Wait for pullbacks, right? Wait. Look at the 30 minute. 30 minutes pulling back, waiting for some bigger pullbacks, right? Like I told you guys what I'm watching for. I'm watching for pullbacks. A lot of you guys have FOMO. Too much FOMO. You guys need to learn psychology. A lot of you guys. Spend a couple months with me. You'll learn some psychology. All right? Spend a couple months with me. You'll learn enough psychology. Absolutely insane. UK, France, and Germany now considering joining the war against Iran. We saw that. Yeah. They left the gold. Look at gold's pulling back. Look at it spiked up, and everyone started asking, "Is it a buy? Are we buying?" Because it spiked up. You guys got excited because it spiked up. That's why. I saw that. It spiked up, and everyone see green candles. If anything, it's a better buy now than where you guys are asking. It started pumping green candle. And people are like, is it a buy? Is it a buy? The green candles, you chasing those green candles. Quick 100 pip drawdown. I mean, $10 moves right now are nothing on gold. Well, red candles, I like to buy on the red candles. I like to wait for pullbacks. Iran says they refuse to negotiate with the United States. Yeah, look what they're doing. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at this map. That map. Where is that map? That's pretty crazy. They have the fire range, like Iran's like missiles and whatever. Their military, offensive weaponry. They can go far. They can go long range. They can go long range. Those things go long range, all right? That's the commander. That's her. Never mind. I was gonna say something funny. I don't want to say no. Never mind. It's just funny. It's funny. The boys would laugh. I think it's one for the boys. Never mind. I crack myself up sometimes. Iran refuses to negotiate. Yeah, see, like this shit. Is this real? Like this type. This real? Is that shit real? Can't tell with some of these AI videos these days, man. Damn. Yeah, if you're wondering what's going on and you don't know so much, like look into the Strait of Hormuz thing. We've talked a bit about this on streams. This is a big thing that's creating a whole new geopolitical situation. Like oil. This is about oil. This is about oil. 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 This is about oil. They gave us the fucking signs. Fucking baby oil. Now oil. Fucking nice try, Diddy. Oil. It's all about oil. Look into this if you don't know what else is really going on. Like obviously there's a war between Israel, Iran, US stepping in. Other countries are now involved. But a lot of this has to deal with this strait here, right? Because if we're scrolling and they're seeing so much about this, right? How the strait is closed. And this whole like company here, Saudi, right? This is, look at some of these numbers. Yeah, like roughly 20% of global oil supply. Saudi, the largest oil company on earth, $2 trillion valuation. Oil futures are already spiking past 130. 40% of China's oil imports flow through that. Oh, damn, 40% of China. There you go, China. 35% of global LNG moves through that strait. So it's a big cascade. Oil, $150 within 72 hours. Airlines, shipping, manufacturing crushed. Global liquidity crunch. Banks tighten across the board. Possibilities. I mean, when you see posts like this, it's people outlining possibilities. Like, this isn't going to happen. Is it? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Is this the COVID? Is this like a COVID crash coming? Remember what Bitcoin did? COVID crash. That was like the buy the dip. Like Bitcoin in COVID was best time to buy. Bitcoin loses safe haven narrative. Potential flush towards 20K. Emerging markets get destroyed first. COVID crashed the market 34% in 23 days. This hits the energy backbone of the global economy, not weeks. Days. Yeah, days. That is very true. Days. Because this is all going to slow production down immediately. Days, right? Because every single day, on a daily basis, this thing here, every single day, right? Oil moves they're moving 20 million barrels. So, war, oil energy crisis, huge, right? Uncertainty for the financial market, like huge thing for the financial markets in general, right? This company, you guys have probably seen this company like on the market cap, like most of you guys probably. Top 10 largest company. Where are they? They should be here. On number 10 right here. That's the one that Iran just hit. Top 10 assets in the world. There's a big chess game going on right now too. I guess Iran's not going, like, if Iran's gonna go down, like, if they're looking like they might not go out without a fight, right? Well, that's long. We ain't gonna read that, right? U.S. stock market. Here you go. I'll play this for you guys so you get. Let's see. I'll play this for you guys so you get like a quick little understanding. This will. All right.
If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, what impact will it have on the entire world, and which country will be affected the most? First, let's understand what the Strait of Hormuz actually is. It is a small area of just 33 kilometers, located between Iran, Oman, and the UAE. It is a narrow sea passage through which almost 20% of the world's oil supply flows, nearly 17 million barrels every day. This oil comes from 8 countries located in the Persian Gulf, including Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE for the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar, 90% of their oil exports pass through this narrow route to reach the rest of the world. If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, following countries will suffer the most damage. First is India, because it imports 85% of its oil, and 60% of that comes from Middle Eastern countries like Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE. Fuel prices in India would skyrocket, and as a result, everything related to oil and all industries would face severe disruption. Industries could shut down, there would be job losses, and the economy would be severely affected. The second most affected country would be China. China is the world's largest oil importer, bringing in 10 million barrels of oil every day. 40% of China's oil imports pass through this Strait of Hormuz. Although China has built oil pipelines with Russia and Central Asia, they don't even fulfill 20% of its energy needs. So, if the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, China's economy could suffer a massive blow, and if China's economy is shaken, its effects will be felt all over the world. The third most affected country would be Japan, as it imports 90% of its oil, and 75% of that passes through the Strait of Hormuz. The fourth most affected country would be Saudi Arabia. 80 to 90% of Saudi Arabia's oil goes to the rest of the world through Strait of Hormuz, while only 10% goes to Europe via its Red Sea coastline. So if this choke point is blocked, Saudi Arabia's economy will be heavily impacted. Imagine that a country suddenly loses 80 to 90% of its revenue. What would happen to it? Something similar could happen to Saudi Arabia. There's also a high chance that Saudi Arabia might send in its military to reopen the route, and that could make the situation even worse. Fifth is Pakistan, which gets about 90% of its oil through the Strait of Hormuz. This oil meets around 27% of the country's energy needs. So if the route is blocked, prices in Pakistan could rise sharply. But there's an interesting twist. Since Pakistan shares a border with Iran, and several government reports suggest that 35% of Pakistan's diesel comes unofficially from Iran. So if the strait is blocked, Pakistan might turn to Iran for oil, either quietly or through an official deal. Next in line is the UAE, because as nearly as 72% of its oil exports rely on this Strait of Hormuz, the country does have a backup option, the Habshan Fujairah pipeline, which allows it to bypass the strait and export up to 60% of its oil. But for a major economy like the UAE, losing the remaining 40% would still be a serious blow. Next comes the European countries like France, Germany and Italy, which on average get 10% of their oil through the Strait of Hormuz. A blockade here would hit them hard as well. Globally, experts warn that oil prices could soar past $150 a barrel, causing widespread inflation and possibly triggering a major global recession. So this small 33-kilometer area holds enough power to shake the entire world.
All right, there you go. There you have it. That should sum things up for you there. All right, so oil. I'm not going to be trading oil or trying to trade it or anything like that. But that's the conflict in which we are seeing. Bigger dilemma. There's a dilemma going on. We could do better than 48 likes with that many people watching. Tell him, Paul. I can tell him, Paul. Tell him, Paul, man. Just tell him, Paul. Hey, man. Listen, guys. All this oil. The inner circle is exclusive. Exclusivity. I like exclusivity. It's an investment. Anyone who's willing to pay the price means they're willing to invest in themselves. Invest for the information, invest for the experience, invest for the knowledge, right? The right knowledge, proper guidance, right? It's not a cost, it's an investment. Anyone who pays the price realizes it's an investment for life. There's a difference between a cost for something and an investment in something. And what we got coming isn't even hype. Like I don't even try to hype things up, right? What we got coming in April, in the month of April, is going to be big. I usually don't say, like, I don't say things are always going to be legendary and stuff like that, like, but it is. All right, I don't always hype things up, but this is pretty hype. April, we got something big coming. Websites coming on the way, and it's going to be a big ecosystem. There's going to be tools integrated in the website. There's a trading journal that you can connect your broker to. You have your own trading journal. I don't know, trading journal, those alone cost like a monthly subscription. A good trading journal, right? Pay that for life. Plus, gonna have Trading View in here as well with scanners and tools. And have like a chart that you can literally use in there as well with scanners and tools on there. And you're gonna be able to connect multiple indicators. It's going to be it's going to be fire, all right? It's gonna be fire, all right? It's gonna be fire. So, looking back, like if you're here now, looking at this right now, I'll tell you, a year from now, 2 years from now, you'll look back and be like, "Fuck, I was there when it was this, before even this came out." Like 2 years from now, whatever this looks like. Because this is what it's going to look like in April. But wherever we take this 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you might look back and be like, shit. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's usually not the smartest person in the room. It's usually the fastest person in the room. Sometimes that takes action. It's usually just action takers that tend to see results, breakthroughs, like taking action. Look at gold, still pulling back. I know everybody's wondering, but we're waiting for pullback. I think today it's key to wait for New York, guys, because the New York market, what you got to understand is that's a whole nother side of the world, kind of like the first day of the week. Stock market obviously is going to open up today, U.S. stock market. So I think it's definitely key to kind of like wait closer to that. Maybe around 8, 9:30. Kind of see where we're at in price. How are we still pulling back? Is there like spikes down? Is there manipulation, volatility because of like stock market opening? Because yeah, think about it. All this news up until this point, forex is open, futures are open, right? All this news that's happened in the last days, and the U.S. stock market still has to digest it. Fucking grok out here, eh? See, AI, man. AI, man. You gotta watch out with AI. You get catfished out there. Just in good old Bricks News. You can follow them on like Telegram. On my other phone, one of my other phones. I'll show you guys. Well, I'll show you guys on the next session what I do. Like they have a Telegram. You can follow like this, for example. I follow like 5 Telegrams that post like every single time. There's like my phone like literally pop, pop, pop. I'll show you guys next session. Qatar says Iran's attack will not go unanswered. Qatar will strike. So retaliation, like 15 countries were just affected. Oh yeah, so the U.S. fighter that was it, eh? Damn. It's like battlefield. Russia says it's not happy. U.S. and Israel attacked Iran mid-negotiations. Yeah, all this happened in negotiations. So, there goes diplomacy. Trump. It's like, I don't think a lot of people... You have the whole MAGA movement, Make America Great Again. Hey, man, like, if you're upset with him, think about it. We know his personality. Could we expect not from him? Is it like, think about it. If we voted for him, it's like, fuck. A lot of people are upset with what he's doing. But it's like, could he have done this? It's like, think about it. Like, it's something with his personality. Right? And mid-negotiations. So, a lot of people aren't happy. You know, even a lot of people from the MAGA movement are shocked. Like, oh my gosh, we didn't vote for this. You know, this and that. I think what Trump might be doing is like, this is, you know, obviously like his last presidency. You can't run after. This is his second term as a president, and he's doing the most that he can, everything that he can for America, for the world, or for what, right? Right, for what? Like, we're going to find out in the future. Is it to destroy the economy and then rebuild it? Because, you know, to rebuild something, it has to break, right? The rise, the fall of nations, the rise and fall, right? To rebuild something, it does have to break. Something has to collapse, right? Something does have to break to rebuild. So this being, you know, you see how aggressive he is, how he moves. This is his last presidency. He's moving like this probably for a reason, because he realizes, like, I'm either going to be out of this, so I'm going to do things my way as much as I can for the greater good in whatever way that is presented. Is it destroy the economy to rebuild it, or is all of this in the end going to make things great again, right? So it's definitely an interesting thing, because in the middle of negotiations, there's a lot of people who might want him out, impeach him, get him out. Midterms coming. You know, the midterms coming and stuff like that. When you do something like this, like, you can't, negotiations are all off the table, right? It's like, now I started a war, let me fix it. Or these two countries are in a war, let me come in and fix it now, you know? And look, you guys need me. What if we go through another war? You know? Interesting card to be holding, right? These two, look at what's happening in the Middle East. All these countries starting war. You know, all these countries involved now. Potential retaliations could escalate. At the end of the day, now you guys are gonna need me to fix this, right? So in a sense, like, think about like, it's very interesting. We're living in unprecedented times. Let's just say it's very unprecedented right now. We're witnessing history in the making. Will one day one day all this pass and it's like Trump is announced the greatest president ever in history? Or is this going to lead to the economy crashing, recession? And what else? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it. 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 Some of you guys might say it. Someone will say it in the chat. Yeah, all eyes on stock market opening. All right, Iran says it will not negotiate with the United States. Remember, 14 countries have been impacted, right? So, retaliation, Iran, that map, where did that map go? I want to find that again. That was like, that map of like how they can, how they're like, it showed where the missiles are going. Like, oh, there we go. Goldie gold. Okay. Look at that 30-minute. Look at that 30-minute right there. Pulling back. Break and retest. Maybe go up, bounce here. This area, break and retest. So in the middle of negotiations too, it kind of puts away. He did this last time. Last time in negotiations, he started some crazy shit. Might be a pullback here. Pullback entry maybe. Rejection candlestick. This is like that kind of, this is like, when it comes to pullback, like this is kind of like that, at least kind of time you want. Like it's like, okay, the market's pulled back for 1, 2 hours here, kind of. Just be aware, New York volume, New York volatility because of the stock market open. All eyes on how the stock market's going to open. I still think gold's going to be overall bullish, all right? Still think we got bullish bias for gold overall. I might be like looking for pullback entries, to be honest, in like this zone that it just kind of came into. This 30-minute looks like it might be trying to flip, maybe reject in this area. World War III. Yeah, man. Hey, well, we got Europe. That's, if Europe steps in, then it's closer to that. If depends on how Europe, or if and how Europe steps in, what really causes them to step in if they get hit or something. That's Europe. That's really escalating things. And I mean, wow. Talk about a kill cam or what? Talk about a kill cam. Okay, I see. So example, a fighter jet and drone facility being targeted. So these are the types of facilities that a lot of these strikes are going to: radar stations, defense system, airstrike carriers, hangars holding stuff, even see like headquarters, stuff like that. Like it's specific. I think it's like specific things being targeted right now. It's not just like full. Like if they wanted, like if someone wanted to, they could just full blown go like they like. It says Iran makes 8 hours ago new efforts to restart talks with the United States. That was a Wall Street Journal reported that. Okay, but no. Yeah, like the updates we've gotten have been like, look at like President Trump says he's confident Iran will eventually submit. Carried out more strikes. Wants to make new effort. That was a report. U.S. has no plan to cut strikes back against Iran. India Prime Minister condemns Iran's attack. Yeah, they were helping him. All right. The other post made it seem like they weren't helping him. See how one post is like helping and then the other one's like capturing? U.S. Embassy. Oh, wow. Drone strikes. So these drones are just like basically like suicide drones. Just automatically, they have a target and just crash into a target. Suicide drones. So nothing that's like controlled by like a jet. And they fly around. They fly around and they crash into targets. Right? Basically, like they're called they're like suicide drones, basically. U.S. and Israel strikes destroy headquarters of Iran's international security forces in Tehran. See, like that's where this starts. It's like let's security forces take down what you can. I think we saw this already. Now there you have it, folks. What's gold doing? It's in an area where it could potentially reject. Remember New York session? Like next area maybe down like here. Any supports, like these would be like your supports right now, right below you. If we were to go to like a 4-hour, it's like if we were on a 4-hour chart, right? It's like you have support like way back here. Like if you're on a 4-hour, it's like way down here, pretty far. Maybe the market, or at some point. That's like just from the 4-hour, right? That's far away. That's way down there at like the previous resistance. That's where like a lot of the 4-hour support came from, the last one. You break it down to like a 1-hour, it's like, okay, we got some things up here that we can kind of work with, potentially, where the market's kind of at right now. We are above 5,300, so that's like a key price level. We're above 5,300. You can see the market came pretty close to retesting 5,300 when it broke up. So you had the strong expansion when the market opened up. First pullback came very, very close to $5,300. You can see there, and then took off. So we have like a major support around $5,300, right? That low, basically like the low that was created there around $5,300. So again, like major support more around that area. And then you have like a support here, right? As you can see, like in here. And then like you could see like a break and retest maybe with like this previous resistance. So you have like some areas below, right? Timing could be key though. It's like you don't always have to predict zones always and try to trade zones right when the market comes to it. It's like I know today between 8:30 and 9:30 it's going to be like key to kind of see where price is at. Maybe it's at one of these zones or even lower. In terms of like volume and movement, like I think New York session, because the U.S. market still has to digest all of this, like the U.S. stock market, U.S. Open, and yeah, like I think gold will be bullish still. That's crazy. Yeah, if you look at like global maps that show like air traffic, this person knew because of the air traffic. Iran central bank counts because their oil and energy is very important, including out. We'll listen to that after. I'll give that a like. We'll listen to whatever that is. China now generates 40% more electricity than the United States and European Union combined. Bum, bum, bum. Energy, oil. Coincidences, you know, what this is all about. They want that oil. They want that energy. They want that control. This is cool. What is this? Bitcoin news? Whoa. Whoa. Look at the gold. Damn. And Bitcoin chart. They're like the same here. Shit. Damn, Bitcoin news. 500,000 target. That chart looks interesting. I'm going to look at that on my own time probably after. I mean, like, US, if you look at, like, part of why, like, look at one of the things I just read. China produce more like, what is that, energy 40% more than Europe and European Union and US combined, wherever that was moments ago. Why would US ally with US isn't going to be the one to start a war, right? Other countries are starting the war. And China, like, look at something like this, for example. China has more power. This is US. This is Trump. He might be smarter than we all think in the sense of what he's really trying to do, right? Because, like, China now generates 40% more electricity. So 40% more electricity than these two combined. Hey, they're like Israel, US isn't gonna start a war on its own. Right? But what are they trying to do? That's why they're allies in this together. It's all they're trying to get that oil, right? That oil. They've been sold a war. They've been sold a war. New York loading, like, this pullback. It's building up. It's building up. I'm liking it. Watching it. This 30 minutes just fluctuating. I'm telling you, New York session is going to be very key today. Probably there's going to be the entry in New York today, or the volume, the movement. Probably this whole week, New York will be very important. Try to look out for when Trump speaks. Anytime he speaks, got to hear what he says, words. Like, we got to figure out, really, it's like, how long does this last, right? That's what it's really about. Like, how long does this last? Is this going to last 2 weeks or 2 months? Right? Now we're seeing even like a lot of countries involved. It's not just 1-2 things. Not to mention there's a whole other situation. Ukraine, Russia. It's like Pakistan and Afghanistan. What just happened with them? The question is, how long does this last? That's really the thing. So, gotta hear what Trump says if he talks about how if there's any talks about we're gonna come to an agreement, we're gonna be having talks or coming to agreement. The war, if military action slows down, if military starts to evacuate, and you see like military activity slowing down, pulling back. You hear any like peace talks, okay, we're going to settle things, negotiate, we made a deal, we came to this, any of that type of stuff. That's where it's like that bullish bias, like, or not that bullish bias, but you might get like sharp reversals, right, and stuff like that. Sharp reversals could occur with those types of talks, but this is a big matter right now. It's definitely creating a lot of uncertainty. Gold's in an area where, like I said, maybe there's bounces in this area. It's like a break and retest here. You can see we broke above that high. So we're getting like a breakout, retest here at the moment. This will be like breakout and retest. New York sessions could be very key to watch this week. Like New York sessions, I think will like digest this as like bullish news and you'll see like bullish possibilities in New York session. Especially if things stay in the next, if in the next 2 days, this just keeps going on, what we've seen in the last 2 days, then you can expect gold to keep going up. Trump expects it to last up to 4 weeks. His words. So Trump did say, here, let me close some of this. Sir Trump did say could last up to 4 weeks. I think a lot of us know that. Yeah, I said conflict with Iran could last up to 4 weeks. So those like New York markets are going to be key even for entries. Like if this thing lasts 4 weeks, like you'll probably have some explosive New York sessions. This thing goes on for 4 weeks. Damn, like that. With the way it's going right now, like how does this next, if it's 4 weeks, like how does that look? It's already been 2 days or whatever, a couple days here now since the 28th. Yeah, 4 weeks. How does that look? How does it look? And if it's gonna last, if he thinks it could last 4 weeks, how does it look a week from now or 2 weeks from now? So that could create a trend, emerging trend, more expansions. You could see different times of different expansions, especially depending on what goes forward. If like something very, like it's already very shocking. Like New York's gonna digest it today. U.S. Open. We're gonna see how that gets digested, and moving forward, if things just keep escalating or just remain how they are, we're seeing this everyday action. Could create, like I said, kind of like an emerging trend where you get some expansions and pullbacks along the way, kind of like you already seen so far going into the market open. Like this expanded up, first pullback, continuation up. Especially going into this season of the year, March, April. Right, it is March right now. It is a period of the year where gold tends to be stronger heading into April. So Trump says this could last up to 4 weeks. That moves us into April potentially. Like there could be a trend. I mean, from this point of view, like where we're at right now, that's where things stand. Like, you got to kind of pay attention to, like, figure out, like, not like, it's going to be hard to figure out how long this lasts, but seeing if there's any clues to, like, okay, is this going to slow down, right? Is it going to escalate more? I mean, maybe it's very obvious, guys, and it's just right in front of us, and it's like, yo, it's World War III, yo. Maybe they overtake the whole entire country. Trump did say it's a big country. Trump said it's a big country. Could probably take up to 4 weeks. It's a big country, right? Gold dropping, not like crazy. There, you know. He also said personal sins, being a peacemaker. We're buying this pullback potentially. I mean, it might be. Oh yeah, that is a pin bar. You are right. Correct, you are. Maybe I gotta see. I don't know. Gates FX, Trade Locker, maybe. I think just MT5 mainly. I gotta see. I gotta look into that. Good question. Iranian attack GB station in Europe on Cyprus. Okay. Yep. Saw that. So wars even in the EU. Yeah, like also the Cyprus. Okay. Oh yeah, United Kingdom, Cyprus. Okay. Yeah, France, Italy. If Europe being involved is really interesting. Like that's like, damn, this isn't just a Middle East war. Like Europe having to step in. And I mean, if this is about oil, like look at China. China's ahead of the game, like trade and manufacturing. Interesting times. They call it unprecedented. That's the word, unprecedented. Rejection potentially here, yeah. Now I'm up. I'm already up, so I got some. Basically, when I got some money to lose now, I have some profit to risk if I want. I'll enter buys in this zone and see if it holds in this area. I think this is a good like area to look at for buys. Honestly, right now, like I'm using like 200 to 300 pip stop losses because of the way the market is moving. You don't want to take too many trades or too many attempts, because the thing is, if you use like a itty bitty stop loss right now, the market could stop you out very easily, and it could still be in a good zone. Right, I was explaining this earlier, so I'm using like pretty much like bigger stop losses in these market conditions just to be like safer and not get stopped out too early, and the market still be trading in a good area where it's like, oh, realistically it's still in a good zone. So that's one thing when you're gauging this type of volatility, because the VIX is spiking, the volatility index. Notice how it's at 21. So there was actually a surge already in volatility on market open with the VIX. There's already a surge on the volatility already coming into market open. See, my areas, like I'm good at finding areas that could like react, like maybe hold, zones, pullbacks. Like this is like 30-minute pull it back. You could see like break and retest, right? Price action. This is why I trade gold. Why I like gold, because it tends to respect like simple things. Price, like a lot of price action stuff. If you're new, I don't know. I've probably posted it in like Discord. I think it's in school. I posted it in school for sure. If you guys are in the inner circle, where's that book? Let me see if I can find it. It's not loading. I don't know why it's not loading right now for me. Read. This is a good book to read. Like, I realized after like 3-4 years, I wasn't even focusing on like the right things, like of just like candlesticks and concepts. Especially after I read this, like I've been trading for 11 years, and after I realized it for myself, and it took me a while to realize it for myself. Like it took me a while to realize like not like price action. Like once I realized it for myself, I looked around and I realized like, damn, there's so many people that don't realize how important just like candles, understanding candlesticks are, and just simple price action stuff, right? That you might just skip past in the beginning phase of your learning. Like you might just skip past it and rush to learning more information, more consumption of information. Consumption is not always, you could consume information all day. And I was talking about this at the beginning of the session. One of the main things that's blocking out your trading and your abilities to see setups clearly is just the overload of information. There's just too much information out there, and too much information that you're processing on a daily basis, right? Consuming right? Consuming things. And it's like you kind of skip past. Like I realized it took me a while to realize it for myself, because I had to take a huge step back in my trading and go back to the basics. Eventually, like there's times where I had to take steps back and go right back to the basics, go right back to the basics, go right back to the basics. And I realized like after years of doing that type of stuff, it was like time and trial and error, but realizing like, damn, I'm not focusing even on the right things. There's so much things that I skipped that I should have been focused on more in the beginning stages. This is a good book, the Candlestick Trading Bible. This is my mentor right here, this guy. Shout out him. I call him Bobby. 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 This is Bobby. 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 Where did I hear that from? That's that Theo Vaughn. Bobby. I knew it. So this is a good book that you guys should all read right now. Read it all. All right? Now. Read the whole thing. It's pretty long, so like actually you probably won't read it real. It's long, so it's like actually. But yeah, go through this. Like this is a good book. I'll drop it in Telegram after and Discord after. It should already be somewhere. It should already be somewhere. What's silver at? 95. Silver's flowing, trending. If you see a big crash on gold this week, buy the dip. I mean, it might be simple as that. Sometimes it might sound like I joke around, but like might be as simple as just that. This area could maybe hold. Again, New York session loading. Still looking for buys on gold. I think this week I'm only looking for buys on gold. I'm only looking for buys on gold. That's it. And that's like, I swear the last months and year, guys, like now you guys know why I've only been looking for buys. I knew there was a war coming. I mean, it was in front of us. We had so many signs. It's like how much information we've researched over the last months. It was like, I'm pretty sure like 80% of us had a feeling a war was coming. The signs were all there. The signs were all there. Shit's getting crazy though. I'm looking for buys. Still looking for buys. Always looking for buys. I've been looking for buys the last month, like since December religiously. Since December, January, it's like, I think since the whole year, it's just been buys. I've only looked for buys. Sometimes people call me crazy, but now look, like I swear every time that it's like, yo, why are you looking for buys? What do you do? And then you look after and it's like, damn, this guy was right again. This guy was right again. Last week, some of you guys treated me like I was crazy. Like I was like missing a hand or had like something wrong with me. Or I don't even know. Last week, I swear, some of you guys were hitting me up like, dude, like I was like the trade, like I was looking for buys for like a bad reason. I was looking for buys all last week. Like every signal I sent was just buys last week, and it was interesting situations, right? But I tell you, I was looking for buys for a reason. This zone's holding. Missed the opportunity to send a signal there. Maybe did it go to 75? No. For futures price 5,400. Watch this thing just fly up. I mean, there's a war going on. If you look at gold in a couple days and this thing's just skyrocketing, it's like, it makes sense. Like, we got a whole war going on. Look at all the information we've covered, guys, in the last day. Right? More than enough information we've gone over on this topic so far. Hey, not every pullback, someone once said in the chat, not every pullback's gonna be not every pullback's gonna be perfect or like a home run, but every pullback could be an opportunity to get in. Like in a market condition like this, like look what we just saw. Like first pull, like there's been so far 3 pullbacks on the 30-minute. Now this one maybe would have been the easiest one because it's like the bigger one, and it's like, okay, we got that first big pullback. Here you see another pullback actually kind of in the middle there on the chart after it expanded up a bit. And then like not too long ago, we've had this pullback, which they last a good amount of time. It's not like they drop for 5-10 minutes or 30 minutes. It's, you know, you go down for 30 minutes, another 30 minutes, so an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours, you've kind of gone down here. Here, same thing, 30, 60, 90, right? And then this candle goes up. So it's like a good amount of time has surpassed where it's like, okay. Same here. This goes down 30, 60, 90, you know, 2 hours going down here, right? Gauge those pullbacks. Pay attention. This for a lot of you guys. Because again, I'm 11 years in the game. So this is a fun week for me. This is like, some of you guys, this is a real big learning week for you guys, right? Some of you guys are still in school, right? Some of you guys are getting schooled right now. And that's what you don't get. Some of you guys are still in a phase where you're getting schooled here, right? Where you're in your learning phase, right? You'll be able to look back at these, right? If you stay consistent, and these will be a part of the process, experiences in weeks like these, right? If you really understand what's going on, too. Watch the pullbacks this week, right? Another thing I could tell you is like, you know, where was it? Go back to when USA invaded Venezuela. Study that market. Study that whole week, right? Pullbacks like this could happen. Sharp pullbacks, right? Because like gold could just keep ripping up. That's the thing. Like, fam, World War III potentially coming. Like, this is the closest it's been, and like, you know, it was close in June. No, like if we look at what happened in June compared to June's events, the events that happened in June of 2025, this is even way closer than that, I would say. So it's like gold could just keep ripping up, and it's like you might have like no explanation for it. It's like, yo, like it's just doing its thing. Like the market's in this phase right now, right? We're in unprecedented times. Geopolitical tension rising. The oil conflict. Oh, it's crazy. My mom texted me like, "What were you doing today? How was your Sunday?" And I was like, I was just watching the news. So just watching the news, ma. Oh, happy days. When Jesus walked. Oh, happy days. It would have been like, see, like there, it's like sometimes speed, quickness, and just taking the entry when you get the confirmation. There was a pin bar there. One of you guys said it in the chat earlier about the pin bar. It looks like we did like a liquidity sweep there too, because you have like a low here that went down, came right back up. You could possibly get an entry even on the next candlestick. Like the next candlestick could pull back and still come back to that zone, that area. I'm not the pickiest with entries when I see like something I like. I'm picky with entries when it comes to signals. But for myself, like, it might be a different story. All right. When I send signals, I'm a bit more picky. And yo, like, if you see anyone who sold gold today, just do yourself a service, do yourself a favor, unfollow them, block them. Like, just do yourself a favor. BTC, I don't know. What's Bitcoin doing? I don't know. I haven't looked at it. It's kind of just sideways. Is it? Yeah, wow. It's kind of just like in this range, yo. Accumulation maybe building up. Really sideways. I mean, wait for the breakout type of thing with Bitcoin. It's in a range. Sideways, wow. All month, whole entire month. Yeah, like just kind of sideways in this range. We're almost at max pain, like I think for Bitcoin. I just know, yeah. Like Bitcoin's not gonna go down like too much. I think like realistically, this has dropped a lot. Metals have been spiking. I don't think we're that far away from getting closer to like the bottom with Bitcoin. Last time it dropped down like here, 77%. I don't even think it's gonna go that far. I don't think it's gonna go down to 20Ks, like 40, 50. I think like max pain would be between like 40 and 50. I don't think it's gonna go down 77% like last bear market. It's too much. Let's see how the U.S. market's gonna open today, and that's gonna affect crypto. So U.S. market opening today will affect crypto, Bitcoin. It will. And if stocks crash like crazy, then maybe crypto could maybe follow that. We'll probably see the range broken out this week. We're in this range. We'll probably see this range broken out. Probably a lot of accumulation happening though on Bitcoin. Like it's dropping low. It's definitely become cheaper. Max pain's probably between like 40 and 50,000. Gold's in this area. Maybe holding a bit now, but remember New York session's loading. I think Trump's going to speak in New York session about the situation that's going on. Yeah, see, it's pulling back in the zone. This candle flipped up, but it hasn't rejected. Remember, like New York session volatility, that means manipulation, liquidity grabs, stuff like that. So like, I mean that could be like the best entry confirmations even going. If you see manipulation in New York, that could be like confirmation entered. Depending on even where the market is, like New York session is going to definitely come in with volatility, and I think even manipulation potentially before starting those moves. Watch for like strong rejection candles, right? Like strong rejection. There was a lot of manipulation in New York session last week. A lot of wicks that were created. Like New York session last week. Like here, there was a huge drop coming into New York, and then New York set up for like a perfect buy. And then here, there was this huge whipsaw back, this wick. And then even here, New York session, like you can see these wicks that are created there. That's like manipulation, liquidity grabs there. That's probably the type of behavior you'll probably see in New York session before the market makes a move, right? So like be prepared for that. Like I know market looks good right now in this area, but New York is coming and there could be volatility, which could lead to manipulation, liquidity grabs, kind of like you seen last week. But I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. I'm gonna take like a nap. I'm gonna take like a nap for an hour or two. What time is it? I'm gonna take like a 2-hour nap or so. Take a little nap or something. I take a little nap. Yeah. And then see probably come back on, or maybe see what the market looks like in New York session. Gold could drop, right? Like look at the 4-hour. 4 hours high. Could make a rejection. If it drops in New York session, then it's like probably last week there was some interesting price action in New York session. Some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because I was literally trying to send buy here. I sent a buy literally here, and then it wicked down and went up. I sent a buy like on this candle. Same thing. I was literally looking for buys a little bit before those wicks down. So yo, we out. I'm gonna wrap it up for London session here. You could watch this area. Potentially it could reject. Or you could wait for New York session today to see kind of like where price is. It's probably going to be volume. This still hasn't rejected though. You can see there's not really a rejection candle here. This did just flip back down. So you could still wait for like a rejection too. I haven't sent any signal yet. I sent one signal last night. It hit all take profits. All take profits were hit. Big move. You could have caught literally 900 pips with this trade. I said secure profits when it hit all take, when it made the full take profit. I said secure profit or break even. I don't always say that for every. I don't always say go break even every trade. I went break even on this pretty much. Like this never came back to the entry. 900, literally 900 pips in a few hours. I'm out though. I'm gonna wrap it up. That was the signal. That was the exact signal I sent earlier tonight. Crazy. $25. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. You know what I'm saying? 25. 25. You know? 25. I'm out though. I gotta wrap it up. New York session loading. Expect big moves. You guys know what I'm looking for buys. I'm looking for buys. Yeah, I'm out though. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll see everybody next.